Hey guys, welcome back. I wanted to create a video where I show you everything that I eat in a week because I've had so much fun experimenting in the kitchen lately. I've tried so many new recipes that are amazing and I really want to share them with you guys. This week has been a lot of experimenting with new recipes as well as veganizing recipes that I already know myself, and it's been exciting to say the least. Cooking just really excites me these days. I've had so much fun making these meals and I figured why not share what I've learned and what I've been doing with you guys. Maybe you'll get some inspiration if you want to try any of these meals out, or if you just want someone to eat with today, if you're struggling, I'm here for you. I got you, don't worry.
So for breakfast this day, I decided to have a strawberry and kiwi smoothie. I added flax seeds, black chia seeds, and hemp seeds to make it more nutritious. And I blended it together with some oat milk and it came out really, really good. This was actually the first time I had tried these types of seeds before, and I recommend. For lunch, I had some leftover spaghetti that I made the day before. I topped it with sauteed mushrooms and avocado slices. I also served myself a side salad with croutons, more avocado, and this delicious vegan Caesar dressing from Trader Joe's. This was seriously so good and such a balanced meal, I felt. Like, look at that. It's beautiful. For dinner that night, I was craving a creamy tomato soup, so I chopped up some bell pepper. I put in some whole peel tomatoes and seasoned it with onion powder, garlic powder, salt, thyme, and cayenne pepper. I also made a grilled cheese sandwich using the Follow Your Heart mozzarella cheese, and it was really, really good. I was so impressed. I honestly thought that I would never eat a grilled cheese sandwich again, but I was wrong. This was one of my favorite meals that I ate this week and something that I will probably never get sick of. Like, look at it. It's so beautiful and delicious. The next morning, I brewed my usual cup of coffee and had toast with Nutiva and almond slices on top. A little later, I decided to snack on a leftover cup of tomato soup that I had from last night. I recently discovered jackfruit, and when it's shredded, it mimics the texture of pulled pork and even chicken, in my opinion. So for lunch, I decided to make these jackfruit carnitas tacos. I seasoned it with paprika, vegetable broth, chili flakes, garlic, oregano, and lime juice. And then I baked it in the oven for 25 minutes. I topped it with cilantro, onion, and more lime, of course. These were absolutely delicious, and I was so impressed with how flavorful and savory they came out.
Wow.
Later that day, I was craving a snack and reached for these Doritos spicy sweet chili chips. They were pretty good, but they weren't spicy enough for me, so I brought out my good old friend Tapatio, and my craving was satisfied. For dinner, my boyfriend wanted me to make albóndigas, but I wasn't in the mood to make the vegan meatballs, so I made this caldo with zucchini, carrot, and potatoes instead, and I served it over a bed of orange rice. For breakfast this morning, I actually made some overnight oats the night before using cinnamon, hemp seeds, agave, and soy milk. The morning of, I topped it with fresh strawberry slices and almond slices, and it was very yummy. Around noon that day, my friends and I decided to go on a picnic at the park. We sat by the pond and we were greeted by some cute little hungry ducks. I got takeout from this local restaurant and I ordered vegan tater tots and lemon avocado toast. It came with a side of vegan ranch and ketchup, and it was so, so good. Honestly, the tater tots were the best part of my meal. We also snacked on strawberries and we had mimosas that day. Later that night, I was too tired to cook dinner, so I tried out this kimchi ramen for the first time. I just filled it to the line with the water, popped it in the microwave for about 3 minutes, and it was so, so good. This is definitely my new favorite ramen. I was in the mood for an omelet the next morning, so I used just egg. I added some onion, bell pepper, garlic, and onion powder. I'm always so amazed at how fluffy and egg-like these turn out. They've become a new breakfast favorite of mine. And of course, I topped it off with some avocado slices. Can we just admire this for a second? A masterpiece. I've been wanting to eat nachos for a while now, so I decided to experiment and try out a recipe I found on Pinterest for homemade nacho cheese. First, I fried and salted my tortilla chips, and then I made the cheese by combining all these ingredients that I put on the screen. I then transferred it to the stove to let the sauce thicken like this. Obviously, it didn't taste exactly like nacho cheese, but it did make me feel like I was actually eating nachos, and they tasted really good. The jalapenos take it to the next level. Later that night, my boyfriend and his brother wanted to go get sushi, so I made some spicy mayo at home and ordered a cucumber roll. I'll just say that I will not be ordering that again. On Friday morning, I made chilaquiles. This is one of my go-to favorite breakfasts to make because it's so simple, yet it still feels like restaurant quality food at the same time. I love to top it off with some fresh chopped cilantro and vegan sour cream. Later that day, I made some chocolate chip cookies from scratch, and they turned out so good. Each cookie was a big size, and they were soft and warm on the inside. This was my first time making homemade cookies, so I was really, really proud of this one. They're so beautiful. For dinner that night, I sliced up a block of tofu, sprinkled cornstarch on top to make them crispy, and fried them in a spicy, garlicky sriracha concoction that I made. And I served it with a side of fried rice with fresh green onion that we grew right at home. Okay, so this has seriously become my new obsession. I have fallen in love with this berry smoothie bowl. I used strawberry, blueberry, and raspberry, and it is so creamy and smooth. It feels like you're eating frozen yogurt for breakfast, and I seriously eat this almost every morning now. I top it with some granola, sliced almonds, and a drizzle of agave for sweetness. So good. A little later, I was craving a Caesar salad, so I added my usual croutons and dressing, gave it a good shake, and topped it with some avocado slices. I felt like my body was begging me for some fruits and veggies this day, but don't let that fool you because later on, I snacked on some Takis. For some reason, I wanted to eat it like that trend that was going around with the jalapeno and the cream cheese, but instead I dipped it in some vegan sour cream, and I know that sounds weird, but it was actually really satisfying. So try it. For dinner that night, I cooked up an old favorite by sauteing onion, carrots, celery, and potatoes together to make curry with a side of rice. I made some crispy hard-shell tacos de papa this morning by frying them in oil until they're golden brown and topping them with salsa and sour cream with a side of delicious black beans. For lunch, I wanted to try a new recipe by making cauliflower buffalo wings, so I tossed them in this batter and I laid them on a baking sheet and threw them in the oven for like 30 minutes. But just in case I didn't like them, I wanted to make these vegan chicken nuggets and waffle fries, which was a good idea because I actually didn't like the cauliflower wings, but the nuggets and fries were a 10 out of 10. I bought this Madeline baking pan a few months ago, and we were with family that day, so I decided to make some Madeline cookies. They didn't turn out exactly how I wanted them to, but I sprinkled some powdered sugar on top, and they were decent. It was my first time, so I'll try again some other time and let you know how it comes out. After that, I had some leftover curry to finish the night, and that was it.
So that is everything that I ate last week. There were so many good meals, but I hope that you enjoyed this video and you got some inspiration for your next meal, maybe, I don't know. But if you guys like this video and you want me to do another one, please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to continue to film these as I progress through my plant-based lifestyle journey. Subscribe down below if you're not already for new videos every single week. As always, I love you guys very much, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.